Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:56, and Elton John with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be, and I will tell you in one second. We were gonna do Hollywood trash now, but you know what? It's so much better to save it for after 6.
Well, things happen in between, when we start the show and, when we get into the show. What the heck?
Today, mix of sun and clouds, humid with a high of 90. Tomorrow, high of 92. It's 69 giggity in downtown Springfield.
We also have Scott Cohen joining us after 7 o'clock. So you see, it's a very, very busy, packed show today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very packed show.
Very, very packed.
With Scott Cohen.
And Hollywood Trash coming up in a few minutes.
Big shout out to the Russell Montgomery Police Department, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Nothing. They're just doing their job. They're catching these scofflaws speeding up and down that road.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Got to keep the streets safe in Montgomery, you said?
Yeah.
Montgomery.
Yeah. There was one guy that drove past this cop like he was, you never saw Top Gun, did you?
No, not really.
When they did the flyby of the tower and then the guy gets the coffee all over his shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably what happened to that guy.
Guy was driving like his ass was on fire.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and good on them for catching him.
It's 5:57 with Bax and Nagle on.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch, brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger wood-fired grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, as you know, I have terrible feet. Bad ankles, bunions, fallen arches, hammered toes, calluses, ingrown toenails, athlete's foot, combined with an occasional toxic essence that can be so pungent it makes it difficult to breathe. So to combat these various podiatric calamities, I have been forced into the costly expense of purchasing high-quality footwear. I can't just buy shoes off the clearance rack at the local Target or Marshall's. I need to invest in something better. However, I have financial limits, and that's why I'm telling you this. I don't care how bad my feet itch, hurt, swell, or smell, I ain't never going to buy a six-figure shoe. For example, over the weekend, a pair of Adidas EQT 10 shoes that Kobe Bryant wore during the first game of his career with the Lakers has just been sold at auction for $240,000. That's the second highest price ever paid for a pair of Kobe Bryant sneakers. Several months ago, a pair of Nike Kobe 8 Elites that Kobe wore when he blew out his Achilles in 2013 sold for a record $660,000 at auction. That's $330,000 per shoe. $120,000 if you bought the pair that sold over the weekend. You know what a new pair of Adidas EQTs cost today? $150. And you know how much a pair of Kobe 8s will cost you today? Maybe $200. Possibly even less on a tax-free weekend. Folks, I don't care who you are. Spending $240,000 on a pair of somebody else's shoes is not only gross, it's a colossal waste of money. I mean, these aren't bowling shoes we're talking about that get disinfected 9 times a day. These are nasty, sweaty, size 14 shoes that are not only too big, they're also 28 years old. These are shoes that are probably sitting in a sweaty gym bag in the back of Kobe's closet or underneath his bed since he died 5 years ago. And don't get me started on the idea of wearing overpriced, oversized shoes that once belonged to a dead guy. Sure, maybe that's my own strange bugaboo, but even at their worst, they're still not worth more than the value of my house. I don't care who the previous owner might have been. It's still not worth the costly expense. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, you got a pool? We'll be over in about 3.5 hours. We'll swing by Rocky's. I'll get you some supplies, chlorine tabs, filter sand, whatever you need. It's all available at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:10 and Hart with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be hot and muggy today with a high of 90. Tomorrow, 92. It is 69 giggity in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Ah, the hits just keep on coming, don't they?
That's true.
Tom Lehrer just passed away.
For those of you who don't know Tom Lehrer, he was a former mathematics professor.
He was a mathematician.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And he'd in like the 60s, he did like a bunch of like comedy songs. It was hilarious. Poisoning Pigeons in the Park, the Masochism Tango, the Vatican Rag. I could go on.
I was reading up about him. He didn't even want to do this. He didn't even want to perform it, but he was successful enough where he was kind of like the weird, not a Weird Al.
He was probably
He was a satirist.
He was a satirist.
Yeah. But
and probably a little bit more intellectual than even a Big Al.
But he
Weird Al.
passed away at the age of 97. It's a shame when they go so young like that.
Makes you think.
It does. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have been kicking back for a while. Travis even posted some pictures of their off-season adventures on Instagram the other day. But it sounds like Taylor is back to work. She reportedly filmed a video in L.A. this past Thursday.
Oh, boy.
A source says it was so top secret that those working on set were not even allowed to hear the song, only the beat. You mean this sick beat?
Will she be releasing a full album of maudlin songs with potentially pretentious of lyrics?
Well, there's rumors that her 12th studio album is in the works, but there's nothing official yet. So we'll just have to wait to see.
Is there any information about whether or not people will have to spend up to $20,000 for tickets to see her live?
Hey, that's her business. She can do whatever she wants. She can set the prices.
All right. I guess I'll just wait here with my checkbook.
Death has been really good to Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm sure it has.
Or more accurately, the heirs who now collect his streaming revenue. Since Ozzy died just last Tuesday, he's gained over 6 million monthly Spotify listeners, jumping from 12.4 million to 18.7 million, and that's just as a solo artist. Black Sabbath has gone from 19.8 million to 24.6 million monthly listeners. Paranoid has been streamed 9.3 million times since Tuesday. Yeah, well, guess what? It's been played 9.6 million times here on Rock 102. What do you need to stream it for?
Can I just make an observation?
Yeah.
Because I've seen this a lot since he died last week. I've seen all these videos of all these artists come out of the woodwork singing the song Changes from the Volume 4 album.
Yeah.
Which is a song, it's a beautiful song, beautiful ballad, but probably not a song that half the country music artists in the world have ever heard, since most of them have never bought a Black Sabbath album. It just seems weird to me that, I don't know. Well, no one's doing War Pigs. No one's doing Iron Man or Sweet Leaf. Those are emotional, heartstring tugging songs, too.
There's actually quite a few covers of War Pigs. I didn't realize how much that song was covered.
A lot.
Yeah.
Great one by Faith No More many years ago.
There's a great one by Cake, too, that I really enjoy. I mean, it's not Ozzy,
but I mean, now Changes is coming up all over the place.
Yeah. Let's see. George Lucas has made his big Comic-Con debut yesterday. In San Diego, and revealed that he's opening a museum. The Lucas Museum of Narrative Art will open in Los Angeles sometime next year. It'll house everything from movie props to artwork by Frida Kahlo and Norman Rockwell, plus comic art from Peanuts creator Charles M. Schulz and comic book creator Jack Kirby. Lucas has been collecting art of all kinds for 50 years. Guillermo del Toro, who may house some of his own collection there, was also part of the panel. He touted the importance of the comic book art, said comics were the first ones to punch Nazis. There was a big Nazi punching party when the comics came out.
Never been invited to those parties.
You never went to a comic book Nazi punching party?
I've never punched a Nazi. I don't really have a lot of interface with many Nazis. I mean,
Yeah.
if I discovered you were a Nazi, it's something I would consider, but never been confronted by one.
Well, hopefully you never have to.
That's my hope.
Jamie Lee Curtis says plastic surgery has wiped out a generation or two of natural human appearances. She calls it genocide. I've been very vocal about the genocide of a generation of women by the cosmetical industrial complex who've disfigured themselves. I've used that word for a long time, and I use it specifically because it's a strong word. The concept that you can alter the way you look through chemicals, surgical procedures, fillers. There's a disfigurement of generations of predominantly women who are altering their appearances. Yeah, but come on. I mean, support local business. That shot shop wouldn't be in business if those Longmeadow ladies keep walking in and out of there all day.
While that is true, Steve, I'm kind of on her side on this.
She's wearing, and she's on the cover of this magazine from The Guardian, I guess, or a photo shoot. And she's got those big lips, the big wax lips.
Yes. To show.
That's what that looks like.
Yeah, because oftentimes when people have, that is men too,
Yeah.
when they have these procedures, they look goofy.
They do look goofy.
Just goofy. What other way can you describe it? It's goofy.
Given all the times Mario has risked his life or lives to save Princess Peach, you'd think he'd get a little something out of her for it.
Oh, she makes her up for it in other ways.
Well, you'd be wrong if you thought that. According to a recent update on the Nintendo Today app, and I quote, Princess Peach and Mario are good friends, and they help each other out whenever they can. Not even good friends with benefits, apparently. Just good friends.
Totally platonic relationship.
I don't know. I think she's gone after that.
You think so?
It's a plumber. Who doesn't love a good plumber?
But she's nobility.
You think Vince the plumber doesn't have a little Princess Peach action going on?
He may be, but I hardly think that someone from a royal family is going to be hooking up with a laborer.
You know, if I had known Mario was stuck in the friend zone that entire game, I would have never played that stupid game. I would have let her rot inside that cell. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, here's a few barrels to jump over.
And Kim Kardashian, she got herself into a little bit of a spot.
Really?
Yeah.
She must have something to say.
She was turning heads in Miami this weekend. She was stepping out in nearly sheer latex bodysuit that looked like it was vacuum sealed to her entire existence. And she said, "Oh my God, the last time I was that suctioned into something, Ray J had me folded like a lawn chair sipping on his Mangria while spelunking in the yeasty cavern of echoes in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Hello. Caitlin?
Well, I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but she once did saran wrap herself to my eggplant emoji and called it eco-friendly pleasure. We did a little role play. I was the lunch lady, and she asked for extra mayo on the pink sloppy joe.
What are you trying to say?
I said, coming right up. Hope you like it warm and under-seasoned.
Now what are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is she was committed. Even after the Squirt Olympics, when I looked like I had slipped on a bottle of Elmer's, she still offered to tongue mop the floor like it was the final round on Family Food Court. And for the record, I didn't just ghost her. I just got lost in the yeast clouds and had to be rescued by the Coast Guard drone. And that's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102. Wasn't it worth waiting till after 6?
It was totally worth waiting.
And that's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 626, and Lenny Kravitz on Rock 102.
It's going to be hot and humid today with a high of 90. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 92. It is 69 giggity in downtown Springfield.
Let me see here. Hey, this week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is Terry Graham, the drummer for the band The Gun Club. He also played with the Bags and the Cramps. His book, Punk Like Me, came out many years ago, Hollywood 1977-85. It's a really interesting book. He's also got a brand new podcast called Electric Angel Lounge on YouTube. The Gun Club, an insanely influential band out of California. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, as well as the app. All brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee. and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Are you ready to laugh?
I am ready to laugh.
All right, let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
Did you know that keeping tropical fish at home can have a calming effect on your brain?
No.
Yeah, it's due to endorphins.
Endorphins.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it.
How about this one? What about, did you hear about the guy, did you hear what happened to the guy frozen to absolute zero?
No.
He is okay now.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, see,
right.
did you want another one?
Yeah, one more. One
All
more
right,
to send us out.
Did you hear about the guy who found stir fry all over his bed in the morning?
No.
He had been sleepwalking. Get it?
Sleepwalking.
He was using a walk.
Because they make it on a walk.
Who's using a walk in their bedroom at night, overnight?
I don't know.
That almost seems made up.
Maybe.
But who am I?
Yeah, right. Who are you to judge?
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Erectile dysfunction affects nearly 50% of men over age 50. But even with so many men affected, finding a trusted provider to treat the condition isn't so simple. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice, and I'm excited to announce the opening of our newest location of Northeast Men's Health in Warwick, Rhode Island. As a Promenic affiliate, Northeast Men's Health can offer men with ED the latest treatment protocols, which are shown in medical studies to be effective in well over 90% of men. And unlike groups that only offer wave therapy or online pharmacies that just sell pills, we offer a variety of treatments to help get you the results you want. You should also know that Northeast Men's Health is a true medical practice, which means our providers have access to a complete range of treatment options to get you back on track. So call Northeast Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956. That's 800-930-5956. Or go to northeastmenshealth.com.
1.9% interest rates and discounts makes buying your new car affordable with Leah Toyota of Wilbraham. Right now, take $3,000 off MSRP and get 1.9% financing on new Tundras in stock. With over 600 new Toyotas to choose from, Leah is stacking Leah discounts, factory rebates, and limited time incentives to save you thousands on your next ride. 1.9% interest and maximum savings only at Leah Toyota. Stop in and see General Manager Riley Campbell and the team at Leah Toyota Wilbraham, located on Boston Road, and get the car you want at the price you need, or shop online anytime at leahtoyotawilbraham.com. 1.9% is up to 72 months on in-stock Tundras, stock number SX310486.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
6:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. It's brought to you by the law offices of Marquis Salamone. Injured? Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call 1-800-WIN-WIN-1 right now. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Following Friday's shooting at the Holyoke Mall, a juvenile is in custody and recovering from a gunshot wound. The Holyoke Mall is back open for normal business hours, which started on Saturday, just a day after a juvenile was caught shoplifting and carrying a gun. Holyoke police said that just after 4:30 p.m., a mall security guard spotted the juvenile shoplifting. Security then got in contact with Holyoke police at the mall, who approached the suspect near the Round 1 entrance. That's when officers say the juvenile pulled out a gun. The suspect and officers both exchanged gunfire. However, an investigation is underway. Holyoke Mayor Josh Garcia spoke out about the incident Friday evening. Although this incident is extremely unfortunate to have happened, that's why we train. That's why we prepare so we can respond and mitigate the issue. So when they do, we are able to respond quickly, safely, and secure public safety. Locals told 22 News they plan to return to the mall, while others would like to see more security. The Holyoke Mall might take a hit, especially the business, said Sean Gervakis of Holyoke. They're going to lose money because people aren't going to want to go there. I don't know. I'll go there.
I was there yesterday.
Were you?
Yeah, we had to buy some birthday presents for our niece, and we went.
I was there the day after that other shooting back, when was that, in the wintertime?
Mm-hmm.
When that happened? You know?
Listen, it's unfortunate that this situation happened, but, the cops were there.
Yeah.
Everybody was okay. Mostly everybody was okay. And it doesn't mean that the mall in itself is a dangerous place to go.
Holyoke police say their officers were not hurt. No bystanders at the mall were injured. The juvenile was shot in the leg by Holyoke police and is expected to recover. Police said that there is no threat to the community at this time, but to expect an increase in officers at the mall going forward. See, there you go. You got more cops.
That's it.
There's more cops there.
They can't shoot everybody. The way I feel.
Shopper said that when they heard the gunshots, they hid in RVs in the parking lot. RVs?
Yeah, there's a ton of RVs in the parking lot.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently, it's a campground now.
Are people living there?
I don't know if they're living, but I think they're just, they're waiting for their next destination.
Yeah. Others took shelter in the back of the stores, and many ran. That would be the perfect opportunity to shoplift something from a store.
Yeah, but one criminal activity should not necessarily justify another. At least that's what the cops think.
This was 2 years ago that other shooting happened. A shooting happened at the Holyoke Mall, killed one person, an innocent bystander. Concerns are now growing, questioning whether changes will be made to the mall's day-to-day operations and security. The Holyoke Mall has a parental escort policy on Fridays and Saturdays from 4 p.m. to closing. Anyone under the age of 18 is required to be accompanied by a parent or a guardian who is at least 21 years old.
Has anyone ever been asked? I got to know, because I'm curious. Has anyone, since they imposed that rule, been asked to leave?
They might have. I don't know.
I mean, how well do they enforce that?
I don't know. I've never left my my teens just walking around the Holyoke Mall yet.
I mean, that's how I spent most of my high school years. Aimlessly roaming around a shopping mall.
Yeah, but that was back in the day where you could walk in the middle of the shopping mall and smoke cigarettes and nobody would ask you how old you were.
It's true. Walk into an R-rated movie at 14 years old and no one would bat an eye.
The policy does not apply to stores with exterior entrances such as Target, Macy's, JCPenney, and Round One. How many rounds did it take to get this kid in the leg?
Only one.
22 News reached out to Pyramid Management Group, the developer that owns the Holyoke Mall, but has not heard back at this time. Well, maybe they'll give you an update like you do every Wednesday.
Not this Wednesday. Maybe next Wednesday.
I'm sorry. I know everybody wants information on this shooting, but we're going to wait until the news dump on Wednesday to release any information about what's going on.
None of you want to learn this information too quickly.
22 does it all the time. So why not? Let's see. Six Massachusetts men have been arrested on bank fraud and conspiracy charges related to a multi-billion-dollar scheme to defraud banks across multiple states. Charging documents stated that the following men were arrested and indicted last Friday on one count each to commit bank fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. You got... I'm not even going to go through the list. They're not even from around here. They're all from Brockton and Lowell and Randolph and
they're all coming out here?
Well, they're all over the state.
Oh.
It's like a big state operation. One of them was also indicted on one count of aggravated identity theft. The charging documents further stated that from at least 2022 to the present, the six suspects obtained the names, birthdays, social security numbers, and bank account numbers of numerous local bank customers without authorization. The men then allegedly recruited individuals to pose as the customers and obtained fake identification documents with the victims' customers' names, but with the photos of the imposters posing as victims. So it's like this big, identity theft scheme that these guys were running. There was some story I was reading yesterday. I got to see if I can find this guy. Wine smuggler. There was a wine... it was a big operation in New York City.
Okay.
And this guy was running this Ponzi scheme of high-priced wine.
Well, what was he doing?
He was basically taking money from people to invest in his company, saying he could back your money, and however the operation worked, he was saying that he had these people with these bougie bottles of wine that would use that as collateral for the loans. And then as soon as he would get more money to back him up, he would take that money and pay off the return for the first people. It was like a Bernie Madoff type of thing.
But nobody got their wine?
There was no wine at all. The guy was making the whole thing up, and he did it for years. And he finally got caught after $99 million worth of money that they took in.
Yeah.
But how much do you like wine that much that you say, yeah, I'm going to take a big portion of all my investment savings and give it to this guy who's boasting that he's a wine connoisseur?
Well, you've seen wine snobs. If they think there's a way that they can get wine that they couldn't possibly get at a package store somewhere, they'll go for it. They'll at least ask questions.
Yeah.
Like if you say, yeah, I can get you this rare bottle of whatever, and it only costs you $5,000 a month. I'll get you as many bottles as you want.
Yeah, this guy.
Of course, some wine snob's going to fall for something like that.
A Ponzi schemer who misled his victims into thinking they were giving loans to wealthy wine lovers using their rare bottles as collateral has admitted to his role in the $99 million scam in Brooklyn federal court. 60-year-old Stephen Burton and his accomplice James Wellesley put the lie to the Latin phrase in vino veritas, creating a company called Bordeaux Cellars in 2011.
Bordeaux.
Or Bordeaux Cellars.
Right.
And Cellars being Cellars. What a good play on words.
That's very clever.
In 2011, claiming they could connect investors with high net worth individuals who owned pricey wine collections but needed a quick loan of cash. The targets of the scheme were promised repayment on their loans with interest over 12 months, but their promises were more vinegar than vintage. According to the feds, the rich wine owners were nothing more than a boozy mirage, and many of the specific bottles of wine that they identified as collateral didn't even exist. Instead, the duo used money from the new investors to pay initial investors the interest they were expecting. Burton admitted last week in federal court when he pleaded guilty. There was no wine, he told the judge. For some of these loans, there was no wine at all. Burton, who pleaded guilty to wire fraud and conspiracy and money laundering, could face between 24 and 29 years in prison based on federal guidelines when he's sentenced. He's going to be sentenced on January 6th.
Okay.
Well, it's like a national day of freedom for some people.
Well, yes, for some it is certainly that, but nevertheless, man, that's how do you think you're going to get away with a scam like that?
Well, he did. He got away from it from 2011 until 2020, until they finally caught up with it. 9 years of doing this, and he finally got caught.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because if you and I tried doing that, we would be caught by the end of the day.
I know. I kind of wish I could come up with some scam or scheme to.
Yeah, neither one of us is that clever.
But see, this guy got too greedy. That's how he got caught.
If he had done it like 2 or 3 times and no one said a thing, he'd probably never get caught ever.
Yeah,
but he's been doing it for what? What do you say, 7 or 8 years?
Yeah. And in the words of the great Steve Miller, take the money and run.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite Steve Miller songs, by the way.
Oh, that's the one?
That and Rockin' Me. Those are the two.
Those are classics.
Yeah, they are classics.
They really, truly are.
You don't like the great Steve Miller?
Well, those are not my my 2 favorite Steve Miller songs.
There's a lot of pervy stuff that, warped people try to get away with in public.
Go on.
But here's one that might not be on your watch list. Police in Burbank, California have arrested a serial butt sniffer.
Butt sniffer?
Butt sniffer. 38-year-old Khalees Crowder was cuffed last Tuesday after he was caught loitering in the women's department of a nearby Nordstrom rack. He was caught on security camera awkwardly following a female customer around and inappropriately sniffing her buttocks. Khalees was on parole and has a documented history of similar arrests for similar crimes. He even went viral before, after, being caught sniffing a woman's rear end at a Barnes & Noble back in 2023. Oh, he's just a bookworm.
He's just leafing through their pages.
Yeah. Khalees also has a long criminal record for burglary, robbery, and indecent exposure. Investigators are looking for additional butt-sniffing victims in the hopes of building a bigger case to keep this creep off the streets.
And out of butts.
Well, clearly, if he's got a long criminal history of doing this, he hasn't been kept off the streets long enough.
Perhaps. I can understand just observing a buttocks, how a guy might feel somewhat moved by that. But to actually go right up to it, nose first. I mean, this is the thing that separates us from dogs. We don't do that as a species. This guy, he's taken down that whole fourth wall.
Yeah.
And goes, right up there. That's crazy to me.
Well, he's got an issue. He likes sniffed butts, and he cannot lie.
I guess. To each his own.
You're right, though. That is kind of to actually go do it. It's one thing to stand there and go, oh man, how tempting it would be to go over there right now and sniff that lady's butt.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that you just think. You don't actually do it.
Yeah. I mean, we all have things that we think about that would be great if it could ever possibly happen. But to actualize that fantasy, that's when people start getting into trouble.
Yeah.
Any real fantasy that is somewhat maybe out of the ordinary, butt sniffing would be one of them.
What was that? Remember that show 6 Feet Under?
Yes.
And the one that had the sex crazed, she was always wanting sex. She was addicted to sex.
Yes.
And then I just remember that scene where she was in like a clothing store, and she just let some guy, do what he wanted to while she was standing in a public store.
Yes.
Yeah. That only happens on TV. I've never been approached by anyone at a store.
Me neither. Not once.
Although one time I was in the Holyoke Mall men's room, and there was a sign on the stall that said, any inappropriate activities will be reported to police. What kind of inappropriate activities are going on in the men's bathroom at the Macy's in the Holyoke Mall?
I'm sure there are occasions when something may get picked up on camera.
Well, if they stop boring holes through the sides of the stalls, maybe they would fix what they got going on there.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. That's all. Let's get out of this before we get ourselves in trouble. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be hot, hazy, and humid with a high of 90. More of the same for tomorrow with a high of 92. It is 69 giggity in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Aw, yeah.
GG Inks, screen printing and embroidery. They print the shirt on your back. Heck, they make the Rock 102 shirts that we wear and give out to you at events. Find them online at gginks.com. gginks.com.
Hey, it's Steve Nagle from Rock 102. Now, Friday night high school football is going to be back soon, and you know what that means. T-Mobile's Friday night 5G Lights is back, and now it's bigger than ever. Last year, they gave high schools a chance to win game-changing field upgrades, unforgettable experiences, and some serious cash. This year, T-Mobile is taking Friday night 5G Lights to a whole new level, with over $4 million in prizes up for grabs, including 450 schools will win $5,000 each. 25 finalists will take home $25,000 each. Then one lucky school will win the ultimate prize, a $1 million home field upgrade powered by T-Mobile, the best mobile network in the U.S. Also got a tailgate party and Gronk Fitness weight room makeover and an all-expense-paid trip to the SEC championship game. But hey, you can't win if you don't play, so make sure your school applies by September 12th. Hit up FridayNight5GLights.com and make some noise. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:50 in Credence with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Hot, hazy, and humid with a high of 90. It is 69 giggity in downtown Springfield.
Hey, this week on the Free Music Friday, it is going to be Below Deck. The Yacht Rot Favorites going to take the stage at 7:30. The road crew will be there from 7 to 9 at the Plaza at MGM Springfield. Plus, you got lots of delicious beverages at the Plaza Bar, craft beer from White Lion, delicious bites from Guac This Way, and other local various food trucks. It's Free Music Friday this Friday from Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Good weekend. I had a good weekend at River, the waterfront restaurant down in Wethersfield.
Did you crush the room?
Yeah, it was a good time. I told you I'm trying new things out. Worked out pretty well.
New approach too, right?
Yeah, it was more of a new approach than it was new things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was it went very well. So
good.
And I got a lot of shows coming up. So I have a whole list of things.
Was there any?
By the way, do you like my new headshots that I got that I'm putting up like breadcrumbing out?
I gotta tell you, it's if I didn't know better, I'd say it's very professional.
If you didn't know me,
yeah. Well, I mean,
and you're like, wow, this guy, he went out and had somebody make him look good.
I mean, you've got a couple coming up at the Shortstop Bar and Grill in Westfield.
Yeah, there's one this Thursday
right.
for that. Tickets are already selling hot for that one.
Sure. You got someplace in Farmington.
Yeah, that's Winding Trails down in Farmington, Connecticut. Tickets are only $15 for that.
Oh, that's a very reasonable price.
Yeah.
And then you're going to the Academy of Music in Northampton.
Yeah, that's going to be opening for Greg Morton on September 25th.
Greg Morton's been on the show a couple of times over the years.
Yes.
Very funny guy.
He's kind of odd looking, but but that's what makes him so funny.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, you're really stacking it. Now, was this picture here? Where was this taken?
That was Northampton.
Northampton.
Yeah.
So you just found a wall with a bunch of graffiti on it in Northampton?
No, I actually had a photo shoot. I hired a company, it's Free Tide Creative. We went out and we did a whole. But there's like 100 images out there.
Look at you!
All different kinds of me styling the way I am, and
wow.
I think they came out pretty good. So good, in fact, another photographer was like, "Hey, we should work together on a branding session." And I'm like, "No, I just paid for one. I don't need to do that."
Unless your branding session is free, I can see where. No, they came out very good.
I didn't want a free one. I wanted to pay for one because I wanted,
yeah, but if there's other guys willing to give you one for free, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you haggle. You've already got all the pictures you need.
I don't want another one for free. I got a pretty good one. I just did.
Yeah, no, that's very professional.
I don't do anything for trade.
Yeah, and I'm kind of the same way. Every time I've been asked to, it always went very badly.
You know what? Yes, anytime you do something for trade, all of a sudden you'll wind up at an employee picnic at a pavilion-like place out in Palmer with London broil shoe leather steak for dinner. That's how that happens.
Yeah. Well, hey.
And then being told, eat it, this is morale. It's delicious.
You're going to love this.
Speaking of meat, I was out at Southwick over the weekend selling meat out of the back of a truck.
Now, I saw the video that you did.
Yeah.
Talking about it, and it sounds to me like it was quite an event.
You know what? There was quite a few people out there that were lining up to buy the ribeyes, the $39 for the 20 ribeyes.
They weren't freaked out about the concept at all.
No, there was like I said, there was quite a few people showing up there, and man, what a!
And allegedly, you're doing it again.
I am.
Yes, it is.
When is that?
In where? It says here.
Well, no, that's an actual Tractor Supply. That's for it to be at an actual Tractor Supply.
You're not selling meat again.
I was at a Tractor Supply in the parking lot.
But you were there for the meat guys.
Yeah, and it was nice and warm on Saturday. All the meat sweats that were coming out of there.
Oh, yeah.
And, as I said in the video, I'm not sure what kind of animal it was from, but it did fight back.
That animal made a grave sacrifice so that people could enjoy 20 ribeyes for $40.
Well, he wasn't going out without a fight.
No, of course not. Well, would you?
No.
In a situation such as that?
Well, when somebody's chasing you down through a rainforest to get your ribeyes, you're not just going to let that guy take your caribou skin or whatever it was.
No, you try to fight back. You exact revenge.
That's game meat.
You let him know who's boss.
Yeah. So thanks to everybody who came out to this Tractor Supply parking lot in Southwick over the weekend to buy their ribeyes. I know we don't have much time, but I did go to Fancy Bagels.
Oh,
Fancy Bagels.
So fancy.
Have you ever had one from there?
The Fancy Bagels? No.
I had them there last year, or like earlier this year.
I have not had the
in
Fancy
the winter
Bagels.
time, and I went there and they had the Fancy Bagels. Delicious place. I met, I believe Amy, I think it was her name, was the owner of the place. However, I did get gypped.
You did?
Yeah, I ordered a dozen bagels, and I got some cream cheese to go with it. And as the person that was filling the bag with the bagels, they're asking me which ones I want. There was specialty bagels, pizza bagels.
Oh.
That looked really good. And I said, I'll take 2 of those pizza bagels. And she said, well, that's that's a different price.
Oh, you're good for it.
And I said, okay. I was like, well, can you just charge me the extra for the... Let's finish the dozen first. So she finished the dozen.
Okay.
And then I don't know if they bagged up... I wanted the last 2 that they had there. I don't know if they bagged them up or not, but I said I wanted those. But I did get charged for them because I didn't realize I didn't have them until I got all the way home.
Oh, yeah.
So now... I'm sure it was a slight oversight.
Well, did they put them in a separate bag and you just left them behind accidentally?
I think they did.
So part of it's your fault.
Yeah, but I don't remember seeing the second bag. I know that I asked for them. She and the other clerk put it into the system. But listen, they're nice people over there. I'm sure they didn't screw me out of 2 pizza bagels on purpose.
How are the bagels you did have?
The bagels are they're pretty good.
Well,
I ate a fresh bagel. You get a fresh bagel going. They have a lot of cheese ones. I had a jalapenos cheese bagel.
Oh, that sounds good.
With jalapeno cream cheese.
And yet I see no bagels here in front of us.
Well,
I don't know why that happened.
I'm also missing 2 pizza bagels.
It's 6:59 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Boys.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch, brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger wood-fired grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, like many men over the age of 50, I could sit here all day and talk about my various medical calamities, the blood pressure, the mineral deficiencies, the hormone depletion, the arthritis, the sore feet, the seasonal allergies, the AFib. I could run by it all. But frankly, due to my insistence upon maintaining my medical privacy, I've decided not to share any of that stuff with you. Why? Because it's none of your damn business. This is why every time I have a colonoscopy or fasting blood work, I don't necessarily schedule a press conference to talk about it. Sadly, not true for everybody. For example, today, Colorado State head football coach Neon Deion Primetime Sanders will hold a press conference with a team of medical professionals later this morning to discuss some of the medical calamities that have laid him up for the last several months. As many of you know, Coach Prime has had several issues with blood clots that were so severe it resulted in the amputation of several toes. He also has a history of infection, one that was so severe he nearly lost a leg as a result. Yesterday, Sanders assured people that while he hasn't yet made a full recovery from whatever the hell he's dealing with, he's still focused on his job, saying, I'm already back, I'm here today, and handling my responsibilities. Folks, obviously, whatever he's dealing with, I think we can all agree that we wish him the best and that he makes a very fast and speedy recovery, because you usually don't hold a press conference to talk about how you lower your A1C because of Jardians, or that you're bragging about your CVS Extra Bucks. And while those things certainly result in big bucks and big savings at the checkout, they don't always seem like the sort of thing you alert the media for. So, what's going on with Deion? I don't know. I just hope the man's okay. Football season's right around the corner after all, and that's what really matters, because football season is no time to be sick. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Get a DeWalt Elite Tungsten Carbide Tip Circular Saw Blade, $20. Get the DeWalt 20-piece black and gold high-speed steel split point drill bit set, $20. It's the DeWalt $20 drill bit and saw blade sale going on right now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 7:13. And Ozzy with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Hot, hazy, and humid with a high of 90 today, 92 tomorrow. It's 69 giggity in downtown Springfield.
Seems nearly impossible that Patriots preseason is like 2 weeks away.
Right.
Ridiculous. In the studio to talk about that and some other stuff, too. It's Scott Cohen. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too, Steve-O.
What's up, man?
Nothing. We were talking about Steve's comedy prowess before we came into it. He's everywhere.
I am everywhere.
You're everywhere, and you're gonna be everywhere. I saw your little rundown on social media over the weekend.
Yeah,
God, where do you find the time?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know where I find the time. Maybe it's maybe I'm just lucky to find all that time to do all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
you should come out to see a show sometime.
I know I should. You're right.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? There's a lot of things that I should do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I
like
should
your
do.
job.
Like my job. Like my job.
Like selling stuff.
Like selling
making
stuff
money.
to people, beating my clients out of their hard-earned money.
Right.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, you mentioned the Patriots. We carry the games on Rock 102, and if there's anybody who wants to, jump on board and be a part of all the broadcasts, you know where to find me. Give me a call.
Wow, look at you being
Look at that. See, I'm
hooer.
You asked me to work, and I'm working.
Wow, I didn't expect you to use our show as a conduit for your own personal financial gain. But
exactly.
What the heck?
I think I'm going to hear from my colleagues about that.
Well, that may be true, but we are talking about preseason beginning. They got that tune-up against Washington coming up.
Couple weeks.
2 weeks from Friday.
Yep.
Or a week from Friday.
Yep.
It's everything you read about the Patriots. It's just there's a sense of optimism locally, but it seems like nationally you don't really have a lot of buy-in. And I don't know if we're just being overly optimistic by what we think is going to happen, or if the improvements that they've actually made are really going to pan out. Hard to tell, of course, but I think locally people kind of feel like, all right, they're certainly going to win more than 4 games.
Yep. I mean, listen, I'm a big Dan Shaughnessy guy. He's obviously the lead columnist for the Globe. His Sunday column comes out online, I think, like on Thursdays or Fridays, and then it comes out in the paper on Sunday. And he, for a team that's gone, has 4 wins basically the last 2 seasons. We're loaded with optimism for these guys. He called the Patriots New England's feel-good team right now. A new coach in Mike Vrabel, 3rd coach in 3 years. Drake May, sophomore season. He had a great year last year. They had the number 3 pick in the draft, and they went out and got Will Campbell. They've got some receivers in camp. Stephon Diggs they went out and paid some money for. They are... Everybody is pointing towards the Patriots season. And I'll tell you, Baxie, it's not only us here in New England. The Las Vegas odds makers, they know everything, almost down to, how many points, the under-over about how many points a particular player is going to score in tonight's game. You can bet on that. The Las Vegas odds makers have the Patriots under-over for wins at 8.5. So if they can sit there and steal 2 more, that's
good enough for a wild card.
That's good enough for a wild card. That's 10.5 or 11 wins, and they have a super duper easy schedule. They're not going to face any of the top tier quarterbacks in the league because they sucked the last 2 years.
Right.
Listen, man, hope springs eternal with these guys.
One of the articles that I read over the weekend, I thought was pretty interesting because you like to think, well, maybe that's true. Josh McDaniels is the offensive coordinator now. Is really feeling though because his career is not gone.
As a head coach,
it's not gone as he was hoping that it would become.
Yep.
And that he's looking at this opportunity to come back to the Patriots as a real opportunity to to reprove himself.
Yep.
To kind of regenerate, what he is and what he's capable of.
Reestablish his mojo.
He's certainly had more than his share of success here as a coordinator, not so much as a head coach. I think he really feels that he's got something to prove, and really feels like he's got something in Drake May that he can mold. That he didn't have the opportunity to mold Tom Brady. He could create an offense for Tom Brady.
Yep.
But now I think Josh McDaniels feels like he's got a real opportunity here.
Well, his offenses are, as we've seen for the past decade and a half. They're very complex. You've got to be smart. You got to be able to be light on your feet to be successful at that with slot receivers. And we know the drill. He does feel like he has that in Drake May, and they went out and they invested over $100 million in salary. They've done all the right things. And listen. 8.5 wins as the under/over right now. I'll take that. That means we're going to have to watch every Sunday, and I've used this analogy before. They're going to make you watch all 4 quarters of football. It's not going to be one of those things where it's going to be over at halftime and then you turn the channel to the other game. They're going to make us watch, and it's going to be entertaining.
So the Red Sox come out of the All-Star break and they look terrible, but when the Dodgers come into town,
right,
they take 2 out of 3.
Yep.
So it's the worst possible scenario to face those 3 teams coming into the second half of the season.
3 first-place teams,
and they don't have a divisional rival for another couple of weeks still. But to win 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers is very, very it gives you a little bit of optimism that those first 2 series with Chicago and Philadelphia may have been an aberration. I don't know. Hard to tell.
Well, I think the trade deadline is Thursday at 6 o'clock, and I used the term in sports this morning. It's you can pick up players up until Thursday at 6 with no strings attached. You can just trade 1 for 1, 2 for 1 with any team you want. After that, you've got to sit there and get guys off. They have to clear waivers to do that. And then at the end of August, you have to get players on your teams, because anybody you pick up after the last day of August, they're not eligible for the postseason roster. They can play in September. So these next 4 days are it. And we were all looking, coming out of the All-Star break, whether the Red Sox were going to not so much show us, but show upper management if they are indeed worthy of adding, spending money, making some moves in the next couple of days to improve the club for the postseason. Right now, they're a playoff team. They're not the last wild card team. I think the games on Saturday and yesterday showed that they are indeed worthy of making the management spending money to try and improve the team or making some moves. So,
but do you think they will?
They have to. I think the organization's credibility and Craig Breslow's credibility and John Henry, the players have done what was necessary to prove to the people with the purse strings that they're worthy of making some moves. I don't see how they can't. But you got to remember too, there's 30 plus other teams trying to do the same thing that you're doing, or if you just want to talk about playoff contenders, maybe half of them. There's 15 teams trying to do the same thing you are, and the big thing is they need a first baseman who can hit, and they need a quote unquote number 2 starter. There might not be a number 2 starter available, so but they're going to do something. The players have given themselves the chance for management to do something.
See, I don't know. Maybe it's me. I just don't see a blockbuster coming. There may be some smaller trades. There's enough young talent on this team where they may be saying
they can.
We could move somebody, but do we want to move somebody? Right. And listen. You're right. They're a playoff team. They're, what is it now? They're 7 games over 500. They're 6.5 out. Things are not. This is not a desperate situation. There's lots of baseball left to go.
There's no question about it. So they're 6.5 out. They're a game behind the Yankees for second place in the division. Toronto's playing lights out. I suppose there's a chance for them to overtake Toronto for the division. It's like I like this team too, but they need another right-handed bat. They need a first baseman. I mean, Yandy Diaz from from Tampa is available. I mean, would that if they got Diaz from Tampa, you probably wouldn't classify that as a blockbuster move, but a move like that might be enough to
it would be
get
solid,
them over the hump.
but like every other trade, what do you have to give up to get that guy?
Sure. And again, every other team is trying to do the same thing. They're going to do something, whether they get themselves really, their pitching has actually been fine with the Walker Buehler stinker thrown in here and there. But I think the number was 44. I think they struck out 44 times in the Chicago and Philadelphia series, the first two.
Yeah.
That's that, and I think they only had 6 or 7 hits yesterday. The problem is not pitching, the problem is hitting. If they can sit there and add another solid right-handed bat, that might be enough. And Aaron Judge placed on the disabled list with the Yankees. He's on the shelf for at least 10 days. So the Yankees...
he's not that good anyway.
He's the worst player you got.
The Yankees are listing. So listen, I think there's a lot of possibilities the next handful of days.
All right, Scott Cohen, good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys too. Just look, you don't worry about sports. All you have to worry about is just going out there, representing the brand, and being funny.
That's
right.
all
we ask, Steve.
That's all I do.
If you can do that for us, we're going to be satisfied.
And you do the same.
It's 7:24 Rock 102.
Hi.
It's 7:28 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be muggy today with a high of 90. More of the same tomorrow with a high of 92. It is currently 72 in downtown Springfield.
The Wing Thing is back Saturday, August 16th at a brand spanking new location, the Young Building at the Big E in West Springfield, brought to you by Aqua Pump and Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements. Tickets are on sale now at rock102.com. Excuse me. Had to sneeze there.
All right there?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Hope that
God bless you.
Yes, well, thank you. Anyway, if you can get past all of my nasal issues, tickets are on sale at rock102.com. Your admission includes all the wings, all the hors d'oeuvres, music from Moose and the High Tops, plus the parking. And there's beverage for sale from Wachusett Brewing Company. Catch a good time with Wachusett Blueberry Ale. It's the Wing Thing, tossed and sauced by Log Rolling Catering. Saturday, August 16th at the Young Building at the Big E, part of the Classic Rock Summer from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Did you watch South Park last week?
I have not had the chance yet.
You're missing out.
I'm sure. I will see it.
It is classic South Park humor and very well done by Trey and Matt.
Everything I've heard says that the hype lives up.
Well, I'm sure you've seen clips.
I have seen clips, but I have not seen the whole
You
episode.
have to watch the whole thing. I watched part of it last week, like the first half of it, and it was basically mostly the clips that were being shared around online. And then last night I finally watched the whole thing, and I was like, oh, my God. I don't even know how they get away with doing this in general.
Yeah.
And the whole nudity thing, I guess because their platforms, they're not regulated by the FCC or
not in the same way, no.
Because that was the thing that surprised me about the Kids in the Hall. When the Kids in the Hall came on, like the revamp of it.
Yes.
Did you watch those too? Any of those?
No, I did watch that. Yeah.
And here I am, because I used to watch those all the time. Comedy Central would play Kids in the Hall probably 2 or 3 times a day.
And the new reboot was not something I would sit around with the kids to watch.
Well, I didn't know that, and the first, luckily my daughter, my oldest daughter, is a little. She's got she has her wits about her,
right?
And I'm like, oh, you got to watch this show. I used to watch this all the time when I was your age, because I did.
Sure.
I would watch Comedy Central, and the first 5 minutes, they're getting naked and they're dancing, and I had to shut it off like almost immediately. I'm like, all right, that's not it. They're jumping up and down.
Yeah, with their businesses hanging out.
Business hanging out.
Yeah.
So, but well done on the South Park episode. I thought that was pretty good.
We got news next to Rock 102. With Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. It is brought to you by Yankee Home Improvement. All this month, get 50% off installation on your bathroom or window project with zero down and zero interest. Call now, mention Rock 102, get an additional $750 off through July 31st. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Following Friday's shooting at the Holyoke Mall, a juvenile is in custody and recovering from a gunshot wound. The mall is back open for business. And it was back open for business on Saturday, just a day after a juvenile was caught shoplifting and carrying a gun. Holyoke police said that just after 4:30 p.m. on Friday, a mall security guard spotted the juvenile shoplifting. Security then got in contact with Holyoke officers at the mall who approached the suspect near the Round 1 entrance. That's where they set off Round 2.
No, that's the name of a store.
It's a bowling place, Round 1.
Yes, that's right. Bowling.
How ironic is that?
Mall bowling.
You got multiple rounds in your pocket. You go by Round 1.
Mm-hmm.
You feel Round 2.
Couldn't they just have, rather than shoot each other, couldn't they just bowled to the finish? Wouldn't that just been a safer way of settling your disagreements?
I don't know. Couldn't this have been done in the Hampshire Mall? At least you would have heard the gunshot echo.
Yeah, at least there would have been no chance of anyone getting hurt.
The suspect and officers both exchanged gunfire. However, an investigation is underway. Holyoke Mayor Josh Garcia spoke out about the incident Friday evening. Glad we could respond and mitigate the issues, and the police are doing their job, that kind of thing. And then people are like, well, the mall's going to take a hit, especially the businesses. I don't know about that, man.
I was there on Sunday. There were plenty of people shopping. Plenty of people.
But this is the kind of thing, how many places do you go on a normal day and there's been a shooting there the day before? Go downtown in Springfield at any given location. Well, somebody fired off some shots there recently.
There are always going to be some people that will be reactive to this and say, well, it's clearly not a safe place. You know what? For the most part, it's a fairly safe place. It's not like the mall can prevent any idiot with a gun from walking in there, but for the most part, every business there is a safe place to shop.
But it also wasn't random either.
No, of course not.
That's the other kind of thing. Like, oh my God, like there's all this. It's not like there's gunfighting going on over there.
Listen, we were in the Target. We were walking up and down the hallways. We did our shopping. We felt safe. We knew it probably wasn't going to be gunplay a second day in a row. It was fine, just fine. So don't feel like because this situation happened that you can't go to the Apple store to upgrade your phone.
Right.
You can still do that and be safe.
22 News reached out to the Pyramid Management Group, the developer that owns the Holyoke Mall, but have not heard back at this time. They're getting a statement together.
Of course they are, but they're going to be fine.
Well, I mean, if something happens on a Friday, most of your business day employees have gone home for the weekend, or they're out at the Cape or something. Mm-hmm. It's summertime.
Right.
You don't have time to write a statement about what's going on.
Please.
Come on. It's vacation time. Springfield crews put out a fire on Brookdale Drive late Saturday night. The Springfield Fire Department shared that at approximately 11:26 p.m. on Saturday, crews were called to 105 Brookdale Drive regarding reports of a working fire. A working fire?
Yeah, the fire's getting paid per hour.
Well, somebody needs to put a stop to that. We'll put these fires out of business.
What are you, like a union scab looking across the line?
Yeah. The
fire's just trying to do its job.
The fire has since been put out, and no one was injured as a result. The arson and bomb squad determined the cause to be smoldering rags. Somebody was on the rags over there.
I don't know if that's really the case.
And that's how the fire started. I mean, I've seen some pretty feisty explosions.
I'm sure you have.
Coming from smoldering rags before.
Yes, Steve. You're right. but I don't know if they've ever been set on fire.
Well, I think that's like the spontaneous combustion thing, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's not how that works. Is it the smoldering rags? How would they smolder to begin with?
Well, they probably were near a heat source, someplace very hot, someplace that may have sparked up. Next thing you know, they're smoldering and ba-boom.
That's it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fire scientist, but I do know if the rags are smoldering, might want to step away from them.
That's like
douse the smoldering rag.
That's like Dr. Science.
Yes.
Remember Dr. Science?
I do.
Dr. Science is not a real doctor. I have a master's degree in science. Legacy Brands International, led by Amal Kohli, has acquired its parent company, Brix Holdings. The purchase of the company adds several different brands to Legacy's portfolio, such as Super Salad, Clean Juice, and Smoothie Factory and Kitchen. Kohli, who once worked at a Friendly's at the age of 15, now owns well over 30 Friendly's restaurants, will become the chairman of the board over at Brix. He operates some of the highest-performing Friendly's locations, according to the press release statement on the company's webpage. Where exactly are these high-performing ones?
I would like to know where in the universe you would find a high-performing Friendly's.
Well, supposedly they're out there. He said Friendly's has been part of his life since he was 15. He started
and he's still waiting for the bill.
And the fishamajig to be done. But yet, somehow, there's still an ice cube in the middle of it. I started as a breakfast table waiter, which evolved into owning, managing, and developing and overseeing several locations over the last 16 years. This was only made possible due to the everlasting support of my family, loyal team members, partners, and faith. I have been able to create something special for all to enjoy. I plan to take that to the next level in the new chapter of Brix Holding ownership to grow the size, scale, and infrastructure for all our franchise networks and systems.
So does that mean that all of these other businesses can expect the same level of quality service that you would find at a Friendly's?
Yeah, I'm sure he would. Do you think his family was just gaslighting him? Oh, that's so cute. Look at him. Look at him go with the Friendly's. Yeah, you go. He's coming home from work. He's putting up placemats on the fridge of pictures drawn in ketchup.
Yeah,
and syrup.
Mom, Dad, why don't you come to Friendly's? I'll get you like a free happy ending sundae at the end of your meal. And the parents go, I'm sorry, son, we just don't have the 4 or 5 hours to devote to something like that.
Yeah, you're a happy ending enough for us. Okay? Let's just see it that way.
We would love to come to a Friendly's, but we got to work the following day.
A police officer in New Mexico has taken serve and protect to a new level after conducting a traffic stop. Rio Rancho officer Steve Lucero completed a DoorDash order from a Chick-fil-A after a driver was arrested and taken to jail for not following through on a traffic ticket. Your driver didn't take care of a traffic ticket, so he's on his way to jail, the officer can be heard telling the customer on a police cam video. He's a good kid. Give him 5 stars. He just didn't take care of a simple insurance ticket. Then why'd you throw him in jail, you jerk? You want to look like I wonder how many fries you ate out of the bag before you delivered it to the house. He's probably got his own stapler in the car. He stapled the bag back together. What are you talking about? That was the way Chick-fil-A filled the bag.
Yeah, well, what about the way you emptied the bag?
Lucero said he did not want the DoorDash customer to be without his order, so he completed it for the driver. He also said the driver had a bond posted and someone had someone on the way to bail him out of jail already. Well, thank God the police are doing their jobs.
Thank goodness. Are you telling me that some of these food delivery services aren't vetting carefully the people who are driving around with the food?
Yeah, how does that work? Do you have to pass a Corey check to do a DoorDash?
Yeah, have you ever been arrested for stealing food off of someone's plate in a restaurant?
Well,
I mean, he's not going to eat it.
You ever did a dash and dine or a dine and dash?
Yeah, see, that's the thing that would probably keep me from getting a job like that.
Because you've
never gotten caught or convicted.
How many
but it's happened.
Did you do that a lot?
No, not a lot. No, because I had a conscience.
Not a big enough one to not pay a couple of times.
Well, I got swept up in the moment, and it wasn't really my idea. But I didn't want to be caught with the bill.
You are kind of a sheep. You follow the crowd.
What are you talking about?
Well, obviously, you were influenced by peers.
I was 19 years old.
19? You were
young.
19? I thought you were going to be say like I was 15.
No. I was in college, and there was a pizza place on the campus.
Yeah.
Where it was like a dining room, and all the waitresses would go in the back.
Yeah.
And they'd smoke their cigarettes or do whatever, but they were never in the dining room, other than to serve the food and to give the bill. But it was, a pretty typical practice that people would go in there, finish their pizza, and bolt before anyone got paid. This happened all the time. And
that doesn't make it right.
No, of course not. But that's
the hijinks of 19-year-olds on the Marquette campus.
That's what it was like back in 1985.
All the morals at that Jesuit college.
That's right.
Yeah. Good for you for keeping the morale or the moral compass going straight.
Ironically, that place is no longer open. They may have gone out of business for having so many people dine and dash in that place.
And part of it was because of you.
Yeah, it wasn't that good a pizza anyway.
Yeah, but that's what they all say.
That's right. But it was true.
When you see a place close up, you're like, that place sucked anyway.
Of course, it may have had something to do with the fact that people were ordering food and never actually paying for it.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be hot and muggy with a high of 90. Tomorrow, muggy with a high of 92. It is 73 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be hot and humid today with a high of 90. It's 73 right now in downtown Springfield.
So hey, this is kind of cool. On Friday, yeah, in the last couple of years, I have interviewed this one guy on Baxy's Musical Podcast, this guy named Thomas Walsh.
Yeah. The guy who did America's Most Wanted.
No. That's a different Walsh. This is Thomas Walsh. Anyway, Thomas Walsh used to be the leader of a band called Pugwash. They were an Irish pop band. Mm-hmm. And they came out with like a handful of albums. Their fans included Jeff Lynne of ELO, Ray Davies of the Kinks. Both of them have participated in some of his music. Brian Wilson was a fan of Thomas Walsh and Pugwash. And there's even quotes out there that says that at their best, Pugwash are almost Beatles-like in their greatness. They are just that good. Well, Thomas lives in Ireland, and he's coming to the area in October. He's got a small mini East Coast tour coming to Cambridge, doing a private house show in Northampton. He's going to be in Hamden, Connecticut, and he had some available dates in between all this. Mm-hmm. Well, the folks at Raspberries Records said, "Hey, we want to get involved in this." Now, I've interviewed Thomas like 3 times. I've had a chance to meet him a couple of times. Really cool guy and an absolutely astounding songwriter. Well, he's coming to Vanish Valley on October 3rd in Ludlow. It is a private event. There's a limited number of tickets. So we'll give you some information about that in the upcoming weeks. But that came together very, very quickly, and I'm going to be introducing that show on October 3rd. And if you have not had a chance to listen to Pugwash or Thomas Walsh's music, do yourself a favor. He is absolutely fantastic, like an amazing talent. And so I'm pretty excited about that.
All right.
That is going to be a very, very cool show. I've seen him do private one-man shows before. Really entertaining, and the music is sensational.
Is that the one you went to a private showing of some place in a house somewhere?
Yeah,
is that the same guy?
Same guy. He did a show at somebody's house in Westport, Mass. Mm-hmm. And Jenny and I went and I told Thomas, I said, where is this? It's a private party. Let me see if I can get you in. Thomas got us in. We were sitting on a couch watching him sing. We were at Best Video in Hamden, Connecticut a couple of years, actually like 2 years ago, to see him play again. And just amazing. Absolutely. And if I'm telling you this, if I'm bloviating about the guy, please trust me on this. You need to go check him out.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
There you
We'll
go.
Definitely do that. We can get into this after 8 o'clock if you want. Non-American things that the world highly recommends.
Non-American things.
Yeah. Or we can do your favorite weird song lyric.
Boy, that's a tough call, Steve.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Or I can turn that into a video later. I don't know. Whatever you want me to do. I'm a man of. I'm a jack off all trades.
Yes, you are.
Right.
Yes.
Isn't that what that is?
Yes.
Is it of or off?
Jack of.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
well,
a
then
big
I'm not
difference.
that then.
It's 7:56 at Rock 102.
Now, Bax's View from the Couch, brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger wood-fired grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, as you know, I have terrible feet. Bad ankles, bunions, fallen arches, hammer toes, calluses, ingrown toenails, athlete's foot, combined with an occasional toxic ruminating essence that can be so pungent that it makes it difficult to breathe. So to combat those various podiatric calamities, I have been forced into the costly expense of purchasing high-quality footwear. I can't just buy shoes off the clearance rack at your local Target or Marshalls. I need to invest in something better. However, I have financial limits, and what I can tell you is this. I don't care how bad my feet itch, hurt, smell, or swell, I ain't never going to buy a six-figure shoe. For example, over the weekend, a pair of Adidas EQT 10 shoes that Kobe Bryant wore during his first game as a Los Angeles Laker have just been sold at auction for $240,000, the second highest price ever paid for a pair of Kobe Bryant sneakers. Several months ago, a pair of Kobe Nike Elite 8s that Kobe wore when he blew out his Achilles in 2013 sold for a record $660,000 at auction. That's like $330,000 per shoe, $120,000 if you bought the pair that sold over the weekend. You know what a new pair of Adidas EQTs cost today? $150. You know how much a pair of Kobe 8s will cost you today? Maybe $200, possibly even less on a tax-free weekend. Folks, I don't care who you are. Spending $240,000 on a pair of somebody else's shoes is not only gross, it's a colossal waste of money. These aren't bowling shoes we're talking about that gets disinfected 9 times a day. These are sweaty, nasty 14-size shoes that are not only too big, they're also 28 years old. These are shoes that have probably been sitting in a gym bag in the back of Kobe's closet or underneath his bed since he died 5 years ago. And don't get me started on the idea of wearing overpriced, oversized shoes that once belonged to a dead guy. Sure, maybe that's my own strange bugaboo, but even at their worst, they're still not worth more than the value of my house. I don't care who the previous owner might have been, they're still not worth the expense. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, you got a pool? What time should we be over? Because I can swing to Rocky's right now, get you all the supplies you need, chlorine tabs, filter sand, what have you, or what you don't have. You'll find it all at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware, because they got pool and spa supplies. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock, and the genius of Eddie Money with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Gonna be hot and humid and muggy today with high at 90. It's 73 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hey, at some point this week, we're going to be talking to comedian Dusty Slay. He's got a brand new comedy special.
Slay.
Yeah.
That's what all the kids say.
That's what they all say. They all say Slay. Anyway, he'll be joining us later on this week, possibly tomorrow.
All right. We can
Possibly.
do that.
Yes.
We can do it pretty much anytime we want
There's no rules.
It's like Thunderdome, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
truly
no
is.
rules.
Yes.
If you're an American and don't do any international travel, this may come as a shock, but a lot of this stuff is similar. A lot of stuff is similar in other countries, but there are plenty of things that are different, for better or for worse.
Such as?
Well, there's a forum online where people from around the world are sharing non-American things that they highly recommend to Americans. And I can agree with some of these. Month-long vacations. Holidays, as they're called.
You know, So my wife is a teacher, right?
Yeah.
So she gets 10 weeks off.
Yeah.
Every summer. Now she could choose to teach summer school or get another job if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But when you consider what a teacher has to go through to educate your adorable little children, I don't think that 10 weeks is enough. But after that 10 weeks is over, she's restored. She's back to life. I think a month-long vacation is something we should all enjoy.
I would love a month-long vacation. I took 2 weeks once, and that was like, man, do I have to go back after this 2 weeks?
It's glorious, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's wonderful. And then, all we get are 4 weeks. We can't take it all at once.
We have a month off.
But we can't take it. We have to spread it out to make the boss happy.
I would like that. Number 2, taxes included in the price tag, not to mention service fees and tipping. There is no tipping in a lot of other countries.
Yeah.
We're so hell-bent on that whole tipping thing.
Actually, in some countries, if you tip on the bill, they don't know what the hell to do with it.
No, they don't.
They think, hey, you left your money here.
And the taxes included thing, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
I know.
High-speed trains. Well, if Richie Neal has anything to do with that for the last 40 years of trying to even get them to think about putting a railroad track down, we might be in for some high-speed train action soon.
What do you mean at high speed? Something that goes faster than 14 miles an hour?
Yeah, things that actually get you somewhere on time.
Actually, you probably know better than I do. How fast do those trains actually go?
65, 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, so these bullet trains are supposed to go 120 miles an hour.
130 with the Acela Express. But you have to have the right track for it. It's a completely different thing than what they use.
If I knew I could get to Boston going 130 miles an hour, I'd be in Boston all the time.
Well, that's kind of, what has been the idea for years is to put this high-speed rail in that goes from one end of the state to the other so you could make it to Boston in an hour or whatever it was. But for some reason, the idea of the high-speed rail is there, but the funding never comes through.
Yeah, no, that's because nobody really wants to pay for it.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just, hey, look what we're going to think about doing. We're going to make your life more convenient.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But there's a lot of people who look at the price tag and say, what? There's got to be someone else who can use that money on.
Yeah, but you got to spend money to make money back. So you know how that works.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Money into the infrastructure. Towel warmers in the bathroom. I could do without that.
I don't need warm towels.
Need that. You know what I don't like is places that don't give you a paper towel. The hand dryer only thing is it's gross because you're basically splattering all that dirty water on the floor,
right?
And you can't take a paper towel and dry up quick enough without. If you don't have a paper towel, you can't dry up quick enough. You gotta walk around with wet hands.
Mm-hmm. You know what has been bothering me lately in public restrooms? I don't mean to get too crazy here, but this has been. I've been finding this to be rather annoying. Have you been into a public toilet and used any of the paper products inside a public toilet?
Yeah.
Have you noticed a trend where the toilet paper has significantly decreased in width?
I never noticed the width part.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention because it's now starting to look like a receipt you'd find at, say, like a grocery store.
Well, how much do you really need?
I need a wide standard size. I don't need something that looks like it's got to be a certain width. Otherwise, we're talking about wasting so much more.
All right.
I've noticed it, and I'm not happy about it, and I would like to see us change our tune.
Heated floors instead of vented heat. That's like a new popular thing.
That's a new popular thing.
I wouldn't mind a heated floor.
I have friends of mine that got the radiating heat on the floor. I mean, it's kind of nice, like in the bathroom and stuff.
Right.
But it's not a necessity.
Bidets. This seems to be the most common response, although bidets have been gaining traction in the U.S. in recent years. Remember I was telling you about that, the guy that travels with the traveling one?
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of gross, but, I mean, I guess if you're just using it as a water pick for your crack.
That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a water. It's a big, giant dentist tool for your derriere. Quality of life improvements like universal health care, maternity and child care leave, and affordable college.
Yeah, we certainly don't have any of that here.
No. Everyone wants stuff like this to reduce the financial stress for older people, young people, and families, but we got politicians here that overpromise and underdeliver all the time.
Yes, that's called American politics.
Desserts that are not insanely sweet.
I don't mind that. I don't like anything that's too sweet.
We put a lot of sugar in stuff.
We really, truly do.
Butter on sandwiches. I could live with that.
My grandmother used to make sandwiches with butter on it, no matter what it was.
Really?
Yeah, butter first, no matter what.
That must have been an old European thing, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Was she off the boat? Did she live around here?
Her family came deep from this country called Canada.
Canada, I believe it's called.
Right.
Poutine. Still can't believe it hasn't found a foothold here. Fries, gravy, cheese curds. It seemed like it would be right up a Midwesterner's alley.
Actually, it's coming into this country.
Well, what was the one down south I had? Disco fries, which is kind of like the poutine, but I don't know if it's like.
It's not gravy though, is it?
It is gravy.
Is it gravy or like cheese? Like a cheese sauce?
It's not cheese curds. It's like a nacho cheese.
Yeah, see, poutine is actual gravy.
Yeah.
That's
and
what
actual
makes it
fresh cheese curds, too.
Which makes it so delicious. I love poutine.
Chicken salt. It's uniquely Australian, and everyone should try it.
Chicken salt?
Yeah.
What is that? Never heard of it.
Maybe it's like their version of adobo or something.
Oh, wow.
Chippy chicken salt.
Never heard of it.
Was originally developed in the 1970s by Peter Brinkworth in Australia to season chicken for rotisseries. So it's probably just...
It's like a spice blended salt.
You could probably just take the powdered bouillon.
Yeah,
probably. Chicken bouillon. And it's probably the same thing. It looks like the same thing. And what else? You got fresh squeezed juice machines in grocery stores. That seems like that would invite a lot of fruit flies, and I'm not up for that.
I think like Whole Foods does that.
Fresh squeezed juice machines?
Yeah. Then you can like squeeze your oranges or grapefruits.
And split duvets. No more blanket stealing, and you can regulate your body temperatures however you want.
My wife and I have separate blankets. Works out great.
You should.
Yeah, absolutely. She's got hers, I got mine.
That way there's nobody stealing anything from one side of the bed to the other.
Yeah.
There were several things that people do have in America but are less common here, like electric kettles, non-mint toothpaste, cheese slicers, Marmite. What is that?
Marmite is very much like Vegemite. It is a yeast-based spread. It's gross.
Why is it so popular?
It's popular in like Australia, other parts of the world. It's disgusting.
You know what's disgusting is the guy on TikTok who opens up cans of food from like 50 years ago.
And
you ever see those?
Yeah, I've seen.
He did one from like actually it was longer than 50 years ago, like 80 years ago. He did one from like the 1940s. The MREs, and he opened up a can. It just said meat product on it.
It could be any kind of meat.
Opened it up, and it looked like it was still probably edible.
Yeah. No.
He also had a can of high C grape juice from 1950.
Yeah, that's enjoy making those videos.
Well, but there you go. Of course, the metric system that hasn't caught on here yet,
and hopefully it never will.
Why?
Because I like our old system.
It's an easier way to measure things.
Inches and miles and ounces I'm good with.
Millimeters and centimeters. I'm about
Please.
it. Listen, do you think I am a guy that can measure in inches? No. Centimeters is where it's at.
It's 8:21 on Rock 102. 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:27 and Zeppelin with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be hot and muggy today with a high of 92. It is 74 right now in downtown Springfield.
Let's see. Steve and the Road Crew this Saturday from 10 to noon are going to be at the grand opening of the Tractor Supply and Wear. Find your favorite brands at Tractor Supply, plus seasonal supplies like propanes, grills, rotting mowers, log splitters, and more. I love a good log splitter. You ever split logs?
I did that when I was a teenager. I worked for a landscaping company.
Freaking blast when you're ripping those logs in half. Anyway, whether you're caring for a few acres, growing a backyard garden, or training a new puppy, you'll find easy deals every day at Tractor Supply. While you're there, say hi to Steve for your chance to win nice prizes. That's this Saturday, 10 to 12, Tractor Supply, 256 West Street and Ware, with Steve and the Road Crew from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Here's a topic of fodder we could mess with.
Okay.
And I'll do a video about this today to get that out of the quota.
Yes.
Yeah, right? A song lyric that to you is odd, yet intriguing.
A song lyric that is odd.
I'll start.
Okay.
Ready? On a hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses?
Oh, yeah. That's a weird one.
Do you know the song?
No.
You don't?
Not off the top of my head.
It's Meatloaf. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's an interesting form of art, lyric wise. On a hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses?
Right.
And will he offer me his mouth? Yes. Will he offer me his teeth? Yes.
Yeah, now that you bring
this
up.
Will he offer me his jaws? Yes.
Yeah, now that you bring this one up, I do remember it, and it is creepy.
I bet you say that to all the boys.
You know what else is creepy?
What?
This one is really creepy, and it's been pointed out to me before, and I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Mm-hmm. I'm on Fire from Bruce Springsteen. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home?
Yeah.
Did he go away and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire.
Listen.
This is the boss? The boss needs to be taken into HR and have a little sit down.
We have this, we've had a discussion about this before. Not only about that song, but about that Benny Mardones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's just 16 years old. I mean, that seems to be a rampant theme among music.
Yeah.
Even the Beatles did it. She was just 17, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
what the hell is that?
I have no
what is
idea.
going on there? You know?
Girl, you'll be a woman soon.
Yeah.
From the great Neil Diamond. What the hell is that?
Bobby Darin with the you must have been a beautiful baby. Because baby, look at you now.
I know.
What is,
Donovan, Mellow Yellow. I'm just mad about 14. 14's mad about me. Come on, dude.
Is that what that's about, too?
It's about all kinds of weirdness. It's weird.
Yeah. The whole thing is creepy.
You know, you would think that guys who are writing songs, when they're writing the lyrics, try not to expose themselves too much for the kind of miserable, low-life jerks that they really are.
Mm-hmm.
There's other things you can do. You don't have to talk about the teenage girl and you're on fire.
It is kind of weird.
It's gross. It's what it is.
But I'm saying, again, we've had this discussion before about all these creepy songs that people have put out, and you don't even pay attention to it until somebody actually speaks the lyrics to you, and you're like, oh, that's what that was about?
Exactly. No, thank you.
But would you, on a hot summer night, offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses?
Are snacks being offered? Is there some sort of
oh yeah,
there's sort of door prize?
There's charcuterie.
Oh, charcuterie.
Whatever.
It's 8:32 on Rock 102.
I'm John Heyman, the motorcycle.
8:34 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Freedom Credit Union. Freedom is yours. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. 6 arrests were made and dozens of bags of heroin and fentanyl seized thanks to a multi-agency operation. Holyoke officers were surveying the area of High and Newton Streets around 3 p.m. on Thursday when they saw a suspected drug deal. 45-year-old Jeremy Majewski was detained, and police recovered around 60 bags of heroin and fentanyl. 5 other men between the ages of 33 and 44 were arrested with outstanding warrants throughout the day. That's a pretty good take.
It's a good take. Good takedown.
Takedown. Making the... Well, I mean, you're on High Street. Isn't that like a when in Rome thing?
Well...
When you're on High Street, do as the highs do? The Holyoke Highs do?
I don't know. My dad used to work at a place called the Joy Street School, and it was the most unjoyful place in the world.
That's like on Free Street in Westfield is where the homeless shelter is. That's ironic.
That's a little ironic, yes.
Right next to your Rocky's Ace Hardware, where you can, good people, rock solid service.
Yeah. You know, I've never shucked for pearls on Pearl Street either.
You never?
Haven't seen a single oyster in that neighborhood.
I've swallowed some oysters.
I'm sure you have, but never. They don't grow there usually.
Local officials and law enforcement in Holyoke are updating the public following a shooting at the mall on Friday afternoon. For the second time in 3 years, shots rang out at the shopping complex, causing a panic for many who were both inside and outside of the building. Holyoke Mayor Josh Garcia and Police Chief Brian Keenan held a joint press conference on Friday afternoon at the city's police headquarters. What they know is that around 4:30 p.m., Holyoke police responded to reports of shots fired near the entrance to Round 1, a bowling alley, and an arcade on the mall's east side. The east side.
The east side of it.
All right, moving on up.
To the east side?
Yeah. To a deluxe apartment
in the sky.
Moving on up.
You know, there were some quotes that were taken of people that would say, well, this is, we're not going to go to the mall anymore because of something like this. You had 3 incidents in Holyoke where, excuse me, I take that back. 2 incidents in 3 years of something like this happening.
Yeah.
That's better odds than almost anywhere else in Holyoke.
Yeah, it is pretty damn good odds.
To be honest, if you describe it that way, then suddenly Holyoke seems like maybe one of the safest places in the city.
Safest,
yes. Safest.
Inside the mall.
Inside the mall. Perfectly safe. 2 incidents in the course of 3 years, not so bad. Would you see that in Springfield? Maybe not. Would you see that in Worcester? Absolutely not. Would you see it in Hartford? No. You're going to see it a lot worse there than the mall over the span of 3 years. Why anyone would say, I'm not going there ever again, don't be ridiculous.
No, go to the mall.
Go to the mall.
Enjoy.
Go buy some nice things.
Honestly, the most dangerous thing at the Holyoke Mall is the fact that, let's say you're not healthy. You're not that healthy. You got some breathing issues.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to use the escalator when you walk in there.
Sure.
But the escalator is always out of service. There's either one up or one down.
Well, I mean, it's out of service, but you basically just turn them into stairs.
Yes, but they have a blockade there. You can't get on the stairs.
Which I don't understand. They're just stairs at that point.
No, somebody told me that in order to encourage business through the big box stores like JCPenney, they shut down one side of the escalator, so you have to go through JCPenney in order to use their escalator.
Is that a fact?
That's what I was told. I don't know if it's a credible source or not, but it's an interesting idea. You try to get people, hey, JCPenney, we still exist.
Yeah, but I like the convenience of using the escalator wherever it may fall in the building.
What's JCPenney in the business of doing these days? Escalators. We got
I mean, it's not, like selling stuff, so to speak.
But the mayor wants you to know that you can still go to the mall. Rest assured, you are safe. He also went on to express gratitude for the first responders on the scene, getting in the situation under control quickly. Understand that's why we have emergency response teams. It's okay. You're gonna be all right. Going to the mall.
Honestly, I was there yesterday. Felt perfectly safe. Don't panic.
But was it in the back of your mind the entire time? Somebody could pull out a gun right here, right now, and that could happen anywhere.
Of course it could, Steve. And you can't live in fear. And you know what? If you got to go to the mall, say for example, you got to go to Hot Topic, like an emergency Hot Topic buy. Like you got to go to Spencer Gifts, but in the worst way. You're gonna not go because you're afraid to get shot. Please, it ain't gonna happen. Go, enjoy the mall, enjoy everything that it has to offer.
Get a Mrs. Fields cookie.
Get one of them big Mrs. Fields cookie. Don't get the little one.
Like
get
the cake one,
the
cake size, and sit there and eat it.
That's exactly what you should do.
That's actually probably the more dangerous thing at the Holyoke Mall is all that sugar. People worried about getting shot.
Yeah,
you could lose a toe.
Listen, let's say, for example, you just broke your sunglasses and you got to go to the Sunglass Hut stat. You're going to not go to the mall because you're worried about what might happen? Then you might as well just stay in your home and never leave.
What about the Orange Julius? That's no longer.
I don't think they. Haven't seen an Orange Julius there in a long time.
Are they still around? The Orange Julius?
I don't know.
Probably in airports or something like that.
Sure.
Orange Julius. Let's see.
Orange Julius. Let's see. They're still in operation. There's one in Spencer, Mass. Apparently.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? It's part of Dairy Queen now.
It is?
Yeah. Dairy Queen owns them. They've owned them for a long time because I believe the one at the Eastfield Mall. Remember that place?
Vaguely.
Yeah. That's where they had an Orange Julius and a Dairy Queen like combined. You could get both.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking for the locations. There's Enfield. There's East Hartford. Those are the two close ones around here.
Oh, you know what?
We're only 6 miles away from the nearest Orange Julius.
Back around 4th of July weekend, I went to a party, and this guy, he works at the Carvel ice cream plants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where they make the cakes for the grocery stores.
Yeah.
But they don't make cookie pusses there.
Is that like
cookie
a special?
Puss, you got to go to like the actual Carvel store.
What about Fudgy the Whale?
And apparently, there's quite a few Carvel stores left. I thought that was like the storefront thing was gone, and they were just mass producing these cakes and putting them in things. But apparently, there's Carvel retail shops.
There's one remaining in Massachusetts at South Station.
What?
A Carvel.
Really?
Yeah. That's it.
Well,
I'm on their website.
This guy was telling me that they have them. And there's still quite a few left.
Man, I used to mess up some Carvel ice cream cake, Fudgy the Whale, Cookie Puss. Delicious.
I'm Tom Carvel. Don't mind these ashes from my giant Pall Mall that I've been smoking over these cakes. You get yourself a Cookie Puss or a Fudgy the Whale.
Do you remember that Carvel, like around like St. Patrick's Day, used to sell the Cookie Opus?
Yes.
It's the Cookie Opus.
It's the cookie. He didn't even put an accent on.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess you can't.
All the children love a Cookie Puss. Come on by to any Carvel store.
Who doesn't want to puke up green food coloring after a night of drinking and eating Cookie Opus?
If your kids haven't had enough sugar by 7 o'clock at night, stop by a Carvel ice cream shop. We're all over New England.
That sounds like a loose Irish gal. Cookie Opus. It's Cookie Opus.
I did like a good Carvel ice cream cake.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Back in the day.
Yeah, you're better off going to get a local ice cream place. Malicious makes good ice cream.
I'm sure they do, but who didn't like going getting a Cookie Puss?
Everybody likes getting a Cookie Puss. And your Pioneer Valley forecast. We're done with the news.
Okay.
It's already 8:44. Going to be hot, hazy, and humid with a high of 90 today. Tomorrow, more of the same with a high of 92. It is 73 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:50 and Sublime with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Muggy and hot today with a high of 90. It is 73 right now in downtown Springfield.
This week on Baxy's Musical Podcast, my guest is drummer Terry Graham. Terry played with a bunch of great bands over the course of his career, the Gun Club, the Bags, the Cramps. He's got a great book out called Punk Like Me, Hollywood 1977 to 1985. And a brand new podcast on YouTube called Electric Angel Lounge. Fascinating guy. Was a pretty influential band. And you can check that interview out on Apple Podcast, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, as well as the Rock 102 app. And it's all brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
I guess because there's no retail stores around here, I just assume that, these stores have gone by the way of the dinosaur. But there's one in Vernon, Connecticut.
A Carvel?
A Carvel, which is not too far from here.
Someone just said Avon also.
Avon?
Avon. But they used to be crawling all over the place.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going to the actual retail store and trying something from Carvel.
Yeah, cookie pusses for all my friends.
No,
on me.
I'm not buying a cookie puss for everybody. Maybe a kid cone for every. That stuff's expensive.
Yeah, but sometimes a good splurge is worth it. I mean, you know what? I wouldn't mind buying a cookie puss right now. Bringing it right here to the station. We could all split a cookie puss.
And it's reminded me that I've been meaning to go to Vernon for years because of Ryan's Deli. Ryan's? Is it Ryan's or
Ryan's Deli?
Ryan's Deli.
Yeah.
I want to go there. I'm looking at the menu of that place now, and it's here's some appetizers they got on the menu: chopped liver, marinated herring and cream sauce, smoked whitefish salad.
You like a smoked whitefish?
Yeah, I actually do.
Ryan's was in West Springfield for a while.
And frankly, the herring and cream sauce is...
Actually, I kind of like that. I think
it's pretty good.
Some people say, "Oh, that's gross."
Well,
have you tried it? Because it's delicious.
Don't knock it until you try it. But the sandwiches, they got it's all kosher. The bologna, ham, a salami, a tongue you can get, and tip tongue.
Tip tongue.
Yeah.
Through the tulips.
Did you ever have tip tongue before?
I had the tip of a tongue before.
Did you have kosher tip tongue?
I didn't ask those kinds of questions, but sure.
Oh, and then they got stuff from the steamer.
Which you would often have with your tongue tip.
Did you ever have a Vernon steamer with your tongue tip? Well, you got the pastrami.
I do love pastrami. That's one of my weaknesses.
Well, they're showing the picture with the pastrami and the sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And the whole Reuben type deal.
Yeah.
That's delicious. Corned beef, brisket. They got everything there. They got all kinds of different sandwiches. Maybe Vernon Vernon's nice this time of year, isn't it?
Oh, it's breathtaking.
Like literally, it takes your breath away.
It takes your breath away. He's like, oh, what a marvelous burg this turned into.
Oh, I'll have to go to the deli or the Carvel. Maybe I'll just make a day trip of it.
Why not?
Come on, kids. We're packing up the minivan and we're going to Vernon.
Why don't we see if we get like a Peter Pan bus to go down there? We'll go as a group.
Oh yeah, instead of going to that bougie buffet we were talking about going to in Rhode Island, we'll get a bus full of listeners on a Peter Pan bus, and we'll take them down to the range.
Well, what do you want?
Ryan's Deli?
Ryan's Deli. What do you want? You want a $200 all-you-can-eat buffet, or do you want like a $15 sandwich that's going to fill you up?
I'll take the 15. And listen, you don't have to travel that far. Vernon's not that far away.
No, it's not far at all.
Yeah, the place in Rhode Island. That's a hike. That's an hour and a half. It's a hike,
at least. And you still got to justify $200 worth of food per person.
Yeah. Who wants unlimited lobster and prime rib and filet mignon when you could have Carvel ice cream and pastrami sandwiches?
I'll tell you what. At the end of the day, I'd probably be happier in Vernon.
Well, listen, like you were just saying, there ain't nothing better than a good pastrami sandwich.
Nothing.
With the sauerkraut and the Swiss cheese.
I don't
and
even
Russian
need the
dressing.
sauerkraut. Just a little cheese, little mustard right there in the rye bread.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
And you know what? On the way back, I'll swing by Southwick to Fancy Bagels and pick up the 2 pizza bagels they charged me for, and I never got them in the bag.
Yeah, they're probably still right there on the counter
Where's
waiting for
my
you.
pizza bagels? They were good bagels, though.
I'm sure they were great
They were
bagels.
delicious bagels.
But we talked about them 2 hours ago. I see no bagels in front of us.
Hey, we got to put a challenge out to one of these bagel shops out here. Who's going to do the Bax and Nagle bagel? No, we talked about it a couple of years ago, and nobody ever followed through with that. We should do that.
This is what it should be. It should be a plain bagel.
Yeah.
Hot dogs.
Ketchup? No ketchup. No ketchup. No, you know what you got to do? You got to make it like ridiculously expensive so that nobody would order it.
Right.
It's just a menu feature.
Yeah, like it's something you'd try as a challenge.
Yeah, so you take a cinnamon raisin bagel.
Yeah.
And you 2 pounds of lox.
2 pounds on a cinnamon raisin?
This is why you got to make it ridiculous. Yeah. 2
Yeah,
pounds of lox, 1 pound of cream cheese.
Yeah.
Chive cream cheese.
An
just to
entire
kind of
onion, unchopped.
Yes. Yeah, just smashed together.
Yeah, right.
And then what else? Yeah, a whole jar of capers.
Yeah.
Not drained. And a hot dog and some ketchup on the top of it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's the Bax and Nagle bagel. Which one of you folks is going to step up and do it?
Who's going to do the best one?
I don't know. Well, it'll be interesting to see.
It's 8:57 on Rock 102.